etc. I do all my preparation, but picking up the odd little niggle is more frequent, obviously, with age.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you can suggest that we can do to help improve our bodies and prevent our bodies as we go on, hindering us playing more often?
Yeah, so obviously get what I'm going to say here, Phil. I'm going to be sort of giving you the advice from what I do. I'm not an expert on this, so I've sort of listened to experts to tell me, obviously to help and advise me, because obviously I'm in my early 50s now, and I obviously still coach, and I want to make sure I'm a massive believer where as a goalkeeping coach, you should be able to, for as long as you can, you should be able to demonstrate what you're trying to teach. Because obviously if you're trying to teach something verbally, it can take a long time, but you can say, hey, if you're teaching bottom corner or top corner and you go, hey, this is how I do it, obviously it just helps your students a lot better. So for the similar reason to yourself, Phil, obviously I try to keep myself fit, and because obviously you pick up injuries and it takes longer to get fit. So literally I've been told to do weights like strength. So when I say like strength weights, obviously developing your strength, I don't mean like trying to be like the next Arnold Schwarzenegger going crazy, but just doing like weights just to basically keep your muscle mass strong. Now I might be using the wrong words here, but Phil, okay, as I say, because I'm not the expert on this. It's just I've sort of sought advice. So I'll go to the gym probably 4 or 5 times a week, and I'll do cardio once a week. But 4 times a week I'll be doing the weights, obviously like biceps, chest, on my legs, and that's made a massive difference. It really has. So that's the first thing, is obviously weight strength. The second thing as well is I've started to eat correctly. So I've lost about 4 stone in the past 2 years. So getting your weight down, but no crazy diets, anything like that, Phil. I just do like intermittent fasting now, and I just eat meat and veg. I cut out all the sugars. So I went from being like 6'4" and nearly 20 stone to just before Christmas it was like 15 stone 6. And that's had a massive positive impact. So obviously doing the weights and losing weight. And then last but not least as well, stretching, Phil. At our age, if you can like do a bit of yoga, keep yourself obviously strong. So the weights, obviously the strength, eating right, losing weight, but not doing crazy diets. It's more of a lifestyle change, and then keeping yourself and stretching yourself. If you do those 3, I'll guarantee, mate, you'll be 1,000% better. You've got to do it. When I say consistently, you don't have to kill yourself doing it, but it's a lot of people will go, right, I'll do this for 6 weeks, or I'll lose weight in the next 2 months. And sadly, most people fail when they do that, because they try and rush it, and because it doesn't happen for them, i.e. losing weight, they give up. But if you just go like, this is now a lifestyle change, and it's something you do on a daily basis as part of your lifestyle, yeah, as I say, it can be life-changing. So hope that helps, Phil.
Yeah, cheers for that, Ray. Few bits that I do, couple of little bits that you added in there. The yoga's an interesting one that I might look into, keeping the flexibility going. So yeah, cheers for that, Ray.
No worries.
Spot on.
Yeah, flexibility is super important, Phil. So definitely look at the yoga. Okay, thanks for that, Phil. Anyone else get any questions, guys? And I do apologise about this Wi-Fi. It's really frustrating. So Harry's got a question. Actually, yeah, put your hands up. Sorry, guys, I forgot about that. Put your hands up if you want to ask a question. So Harry Watson's next. So fire away, Harry. So you can actually, sorry guys, you can actually at the bottom of the video, I think if you click more, you can click a button that, and I can see that you've held your hand up for the question. So we've got Harry and then Emily. Hi, Emily. So Harry Watson, you've got the stage, young Sonny Jim Flapjack fella, my lad. Fire away.
Hi.
You okay, young man?
Yeah, I have the microphone. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm really happy to be here and to meet you. I've been watching your videos for a while, and I'm sponsored by your gloves. They're very good. I got 2 new pairs for Christmas. Very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so the main reason that I wanted to ask a question was I have a lot of trouble with pre-match nerves before a game, especially because now I'm playing in a league, which is a very good league, but it also has a lot of people from school who, like, you know, who I guess you could say are naysayers, like they're always trying to put me down and stuff, especially because I'm quite a small goalkeeper. I just have a lot of trouble trying to, like, stand up to them and kind of conquer my pre-match nerves, especially because I'm playing against a team next week which has a lot of those naysayers in it. I just don't want to kind of make a fool of myself and let my nerves get the best of me. You know, any help would be appreciated.
Well, first of all, an amazing question, Harry. Second of all, regarding the J4K gloves, if you don't keep a clean sheet in the J4K gloves, you know that you've got to give them back. Yes, so, no. So, on that note, so what I'm going to say to you now, Harry, I don't want to say too much, okay, because what you spoke about there, every goalkeeper suffers from, even professional goalkeepers. So this is something that will be, what I'm going to say to you now, it's something that will be ongoing. Something that you'll always obviously learn and develop. So don't worry if you don't get this right straight away, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in the community. Hopefully next week, I've actually finished the course now. I've actually done a full course on exactly what you've just said there, Harry, on literally how to become bulletproof as a goalkeeper. It's about 2 hours long. I'll put it into the community. So where I really advise that you watch that when you see that, Harry. I'll give you some pointers now, Harry. But the mindset is something that you do on a daily basis. Something like what I was saying to Phil. It's like, you know, if you commit to obviously to diet or to do weights, it's the same with your mindset. And I'll speak a bit more about the mindset later on in the conversation. But as long as you can commit to develop what I'm going to tell you now and what you will learn in the free course, I promise you, Harry, you'll be in the 1% of goalkeepers, because 99% of goalkeepers, with the greatest respect to them, even though that they know that they should develop the mindsets, because if you speak to anyone, any manager, any goalkeeping coach, any goalkeeper that understands goalkeeping, they'll all say that mindset is beyond important. But 99% of goalkeepers don't learn don't develop their mindsets, guys. So it will put you definitely, obviously, in the I'll give you the edge on your competition. And hopefully you can still hear me, guys, because I think my Wi-Fi is going in and out here. It's really frustrating. So I do apologise for the Wi-Fi. So to answer your question about being nervous, Harry, the first thing is it's actually good to be nervous. Now, we're taught by many people that it's wrong to be nervous, and if you're nervous, it means that you're weak. A complete opposite, Harry. So the first thing I want you to realise is that being nervous is actually good. Okay, yeah, and you've just got to learn to manage your nerves. And when you realise that being nervous is your friend, not your enemy, you'll actually take on being scared and nervous as a positive rather than being a negative. But again, this is something that I can't help you straight away in this conversation. When you obviously watch the free course that I've done, I go into greater detail. But the one thing I want you to take out of this conversation is being nervous and scared is not weak. It's very good, because that's what prepares you for the game situation. And in terms of the naysayers as well, now it's easy for me to say this now because I've been doing this for so long now, Harry. Now, never mind when I was your age, even when I was a professional goalkeeper, I used to worry about what people used to think, my teammates, the management, if the supporters used to shout things from the sidelines. Not the away supporters, I never bothered about them because I knew that their job was to try to put me off. But when you're having a bad game and your own supporters are shouting nasty things, you know, that obviously, when I was a professional, that used to get to me because I was like, why my supporters, can't they see that I'm trying my best? You know, so obviously I had the like what you say, Harry, the naysayers. And so for me, it's easy to say, you might not get this straight away, but I promise you, over the weeks and months, obviously, as I do all these free courses, it will help you. But you've got to learn not to care what anybody thinks. I know it's easy for me to say that, guys, okay, yeah, because it took me many years to finally realise it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It's only the only ones that matter is yourself. Obviously, maybe obviously your manager and your coach and your loved ones. Obviously, your family, etc. Anyone else, it doesn't matter. People screaming and shouting, you know. And so going back to these naysayers in school, whenever they say anything, Harry, just go, yep, great, yep, and just laugh, yep, fantastic. You know, so let them know that you're not bothered. Obviously, don't bite back, don't be nasty. So if they say something, hey, you know, we're going to put 10 goals past you, Harry. Yep, fantastic, great, yep. Hey, look forward to the challenge. And have a little smile at them. And even though deep down it might hurt, you might feel like verbally saying something to them, Harry, don't. Literally, as I say, just go, yeah, you're going to put 10 goals past me. Yeah, hey, listen, fantastic. Hey, I look forward to the challenge. And what happens then is every time you give them an answer back like that, they'll be like, this Harry, he's not bothered. He's absolutely not bothered because he's just smiling and all that. So I don't want to waffle on too much about this, Harry, because I want to sort of just give you some things to take away within, obviously, the questions. So hopefully, first of all, hopefully you heard me because I think my Wi-Fi is going in and out. And secondly, did that help? Okay, I think my Wi-Fi...
Yeah, thanks very much for that. That's what I needed to hear. I hope that I'll get a good result against them. But yeah, thank you very much. It's really good to hear directly from you.
It's my...
And yeah, thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure, Harry. And remember, developing your mindset. It takes time. It's easy to do when you know how. And obviously, it's my job to help as many people that want to be helped. To develop the mindset as well. So my pleasure, Harry. Now, before I move on to Samuel, I've just realised is that Jerry from USA on the call?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Real fantastic. Sorry, guys. Before you...
Hey, I just wanted to add just a little bit to that.
Yeah, please, Jerry. Sorry, Jerry. Jerry, before you answer, so I didn't realise you're on because you've come out under your wife's name again. That's why I never realised you were on. Guys, Jerry does J4K in the United States.
I know, and my other Google account is my school.
Yeah. So, guys, Jerry's going to come on and answer
now.
My
other Google account is my school account. I can't go on to this.
No worries. So, guys, Jerry.
I just wanted to add a little bit.
Sorry, over, his name's not Linda, by the way, guys. It's Jerry. So over to you, Jerry.
Hey, I just wanted to add a little bit about what you said to Harry, and I think that every goalkeeper has pre-game jitters, and that's normal. Once you get into the game, you forget all of that, and you just perform. And I think for me, what I worry about is having 8, 10 goals scored against me and just having an absolute nightmare. But once you get into the game, to me, that first touch, that first save is so important because it gets me mentally prepared for the rest of the game. But like Ray says, don't worry about the naysayers. And then the book that Ray has on the school site is really good about the mental aspect of the game. It's a pretty easy read, but it gets you in the right frame of mind. So, don't worry about what other people say. Just go out and do your job, and you'll be fine.
Thanks for that, Linda. I mean, Jerry. Right, brilliant, top man. So the next one for the question was Emily. So Emily, I've seen your name about on school, so I'm actually looking forward to meeting you in the flesh, so to speak, Emily. So Emily, you have got the screen.
I was wondering about, with distribution, out of my hand, I can do really good, but I really struggle from the ground.
Okay, so...
doing goal kicks from the ground.
Right, okay, cool, fantastic. Well, first of all, have you seen the videos that I've done?
And I was wondering if there was any,
Oh, sorry, Emily, carry on. Sorry, the Wi-Fi's going in and out. I thought you finished. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry. Yeah, And I was wondering if there was any tips, because like if I do it on AstroTurf, I can do them, but when it comes to actually doing it on the grass, they just don't get off the ground or go very far.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. So, first of all,
I was wondering if there was any like.
I've interrupted you again. Sorry, Emily. So I do apologise. This Wi-Fi is super frustrating.
No, you haven't.
So first of all, have you seen the video? Have you seen the kicking videos that I've done on the website?
No.
Okay, no worries. So what I will do is, if you message me on school, I will give you the link to the kicking videos. That will help you. But to give you some advice now, so what I would advise you to do, Emily, what I do with my students when they're struggling, because it's like, obviously you've got to get your technique right, but it's also psychological as well, because you're not getting it off the ground. You're always thinking, oh, I'm not going to get it off the ground. So what I used to do with my students is, there's a couple of things that you can do. The first one is, you can actually I used to take a bit of, so whenever I was doing a kicking session with my students, I would always take a bit of air out of the ball, so the ball was a bit softer. And that way, and I never used to tell my students that, by the way, and I used to do the kicking techniques with them, and because there was a bit of air out the ball, because they weren't blown up and solid, it allowed them to obviously get a bit more height on the ball. So that's maybe something that you can try, because once you psychologically see that the ball going in the air, you go, oh wow, I can do this. Another thing that you can do as well, Emily, do you know what, like the small training cones? What are they called? They're like the training discs. They're about this high. I'm not sure if you've seen them, Emily. They're like a little training disc, like a little plastic disc you put on the floor. Mm. So again,
I've not.
Okay, no worries. When you see it, you'll go, okay.
Yeah, I'll look.
You'll go, I know what it is, right? So another thing you can do, Emily, is you can use it as a bit of a, like where golfers use a tee to get the ball off the ground. What you can do is you can use like a cone, like these cones. They're about this far, much off the floor, and you can put the ball on the cone. So it's a bit like a golfer using a tee. So you can do that. Obviously in training, you can't do it in a game situation, unfortunately. And then what that does as well, because that, oh brilliant, thank you, Phil. Can you see what Phil's showing you, Emily?
All right, thank you, Phil.
Top man, thank you, Phil.
Yeah.
So just use something like
I
that.
have seen that.
Yeah, something like that, put the ball on, and then that's just to help you psychologically. Obviously, you've got to get your technique right. But when you get your technique right, as I say, so what you're building on now by maybe letting the ball down, letting a bit of air out the ball, or putting it on the cone and as a tee, just psychologically, you're seeing yourself being able to kick the ball off the floor, which will really help. So that's a couple of things you can do. In terms of your techniques, obviously, watch the videos, because they're about 15-20 minutes long, and obviously you see me physically going through each move, so that will really help you, Emily. But the main thing is you don't have to blast the ball. The biggest mistake goalkeepers make is they think they've got to blast the leather off the ball. It's the opposite. Again, think like a golfer. So when a golfer hits a golf ball, so imagine, do you ever watch the film Happy Gilmore? That might be a bit before your time. There's a film called Happy Gilmore, a comedy about a golfer. No,
no.
It was really funny, and he used to have like a 10-yard run up and smash the ball in golf. Now, obviously, you never see a golfer do that. So imagine seeing a Tiger Woods, 10, 15 yards behind the golf ball and running, and then trying to smash the golf ball as hard as they can. They don't do it. What they focus on is three things, Emily.
His technique will get messed up.
100%. The technique is everywhere. So you got to focus on three things: is the swing, the contact, and the follow through. Swing, contact, and follow through. So when you watch my video, I promise you that'll help you big time, Emily. Don't try and blast the ball. Just focus on swing, contact, and follow through, and use those techniques about maybe letting a bit of air out the ball, or using that cone as a tee. And then psychologically, once you start seeing the ball going 5, 10, 15 feet, and then your technique starts to improve. You'll then be able to get rid of the cone, and then obviously start, can't get your words out right, improving your kicks as well. I'm not trying to plug the goal kick returner that obviously we got on our website, but that for me, that is the best. For me, that is the best tool. I'm not just saying this because I developed it, guys, but for me, that's the best tool ever for a goalkeeper, because goalkeepers now got to have good distribution. And one of the bad things about when you practice your goal kicks on your own, you kick the ball and then you've got to run 20 yards to get the ball and then come back, put the ball again, kick it. You spend most of your sessions getting the ball. The great thing about the goal kick returner, because it's on an elastic band, you kick it and it comes back to you, so you get more repetition in. So that's the last thing you need to do to improve your kicking, Emily. Everything's repetition, not just goalkeeping, anything in life. So if you can literally spend just like 5 to 10 minutes every day, if you can, just spending 5 to 10 minutes on your kicking, I promise you within 1 month, you'll see a massive difference. Hope that helped.
Yeah, I have one of the rebounders. It's not the one that you designed, but it goes around my waist and then
yes,
got the wire, the elastic going to the ball, and then it goes back like that.
Whatever you do, don't kick it too hard. True story, Emily. I bought one from one of my daughters years ago, and I foolishly drop kicked it as hard as I could, and it snapped, and the elastic band come back and hit me in the face. So that's a true story. So try not to hit it too hard. So hopefully that helped.
All right, thank you.
No worries. I think the next person then...
Yes, thank you.
No, it's my pleasure, Emily. We've got 2 guys. We've got Graham and Samuel. I think Graham was next. Graham, you've got the camera.
So when I'm a goalkeeper and I'm in the game, I don't really have too much trouble with the hard saves because I don't feel any pressure on me. When there's like an easy, slow ball coming at me, I get I get nervous thinking I'm gonna spill this. And how do you recommend that I get that out of my head?
Okay, cool. That's a great point there. Actually, sorry guys, I should have said as well, before you, can you just obviously, I should have asked you where about you are in the world. Obviously, don't be giving your street address, okay? So just give the county or like the country or the county or the state where you are, guys. So don't be saying your full address, because just in case any weirdos are tuning into what we're doing here. But so Graham, just where about, because obviously I think a bit of an American accent there. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm from America. I'm from the East Coast.
Fantastic, brilliant. I actually lived in Florida for 2 years. I lived by Miami for 2 years. And I've spent 10 years coaching in the United States. So I might actually put you through your paces this year, because I'm back in the US again this summer. So I might see you, young man. So great question. And it's crazy, guys, isn't it? Where okay, Emily was from Gloucestershire, thank you, and I think Harry was from Kent. Thank you, Harry. So to answer your question there, that's an amazing question, by the way, Graham. And basically what Graham was saying there, guys, is that a lot of goalkeepers, they'll make they make the hard saves look easy. They'll make the saves on the hard shots, the difficult shots. But sometimes they let an easy shot go in. Now we've all been there and done that, and the reason why most goalkeepers don't make a mistake when it's a fast hard shot, I'll see if any of you guys know the answer to that. Does anybody know? And Phil was from Moray, Scotland. Thanks, Phil. Guys, does anyone know the answer? Why most goalkeepers don't make mistakes when it's a fast shot? Okay. You can take the mic off if you want, guys, and answer. Go on. I think Emily's got the answer. Go on, Emily, fire away.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like you know that you can save it. I feel like it's just trusting your ability and not trying to think too much about it. Because if you think, right, I need to save this, because if I mess up, I'm gonna look so silly. I feel like it's just a case of not thinking about it too much, because you know you can save it. It's just about trusting your ability.
Fantastic, Emily. Fantastic answer. And yet, so the reason why a lot of goalkeepers make when the shot is coming in hard and fast and difficult, what happens is when a shot's coming in fast, you don't have time to think as a goalkeeper, and that's when your natural reactions kick into play. And then obviously what Graham was saying there, an amazing question, Graham. When you've got time to think, you're thinking, oh my God, the supporters are watching me, the managers are watching me, you know, what happens if I make a mistake, etc. So what you've got to try and do there in that situation when it's an easy shot, that's when you've got to like really literally just focus. And have you heard of what's called, put your hands up if you heard of something like called trigger point, trigger point, sorry guys. Yep, cool, fantastic. So what I would do in that situation, Graham, is when an easy shot's coming in, I'll be just screaming to myself, concentrate. And then by I won't go into too much detail here, guys, but I've done it in other videos, and I'll do it in more videos. One of the most important people that you've got to speak to on the field is yourself. Okay, a lot of people think, well, it's my teammates. Yeah, it's obviously important to speak to your teammates, but it's more important that you speak to yourself, as I say, and keeping yourself going, etc. So in that situation, Graham, what was it? So that you can turn off the noise in your head, thinking I'm going to make a silly mistake. You just keep shouting, and even if you've just got to keep shouting to yourself, concentrate. Does that make sense, Graham?
Yeah, thanks. That means a lot.
Brilliant. And that way then, that by talking to yourself, it literally, as I say, it shuts off that negative noise that every person's got this, for some reason we've got this terrible negative voice in our heads. And by, as I say, shouting to yourself and screaming to yourself, concentrate, you know, it might be something else, Graham. You might say, I've got this, or if it's coming in hard and low, you might shout the technique. So for example, if you've got to do like the K barrier and put your knee down, shout to yourself, K barrier. So you're actually shouting the technique you should be using to make that save. Or the ball is coming towards you, right towards you, for example, to yourself, you might shout, thumbs together. So yeah. Not only switching off that negative noise in your head, Graham, but you're also telling yourself what technique you should be using as well. Hope that helps.
All right. Yeah, thanks.
My pleasure, young man. Samuel, being very patient. You've now got the room.
All right. Hi, Ray. I hope you're well, mate. So now that I'm at Boston United with their football and education academy,
Cool.
the teams we play are, the away days are quite long.
Yes.
So we have a lot of coach journeys to do.
Yes.
So I was just wondering what are the best things that you can do on a coach journey to prepare for the game ahead?
Fantastic, brilliant. Okay, so so one of the things that I'll be doing. So I'm just trying to think about back when what I did as a professional goalkeeper. Obviously now so I'm going to speak about what I did as a professional goalkeeper, but what I would do now, obviously because you've got technology. So what I used to do as a professional goalkeeper, and again, it depends on different people. Some players would just go to sleep, put the earphones on, and just listen to motivational music and go to sleep. Some players would talk to each other, obviously to keep the mind off the game. For myself, you guys won't remember this, but we used to have like it was called like a Walkman. So it's basically like you've got now earphones. So what I would do, Samuel, I'd put like music on, and I'd be listening to like motivational music, and then I'd have my eyes closed, and then all I'd be doing is literally over and over, just going through the perfect game. So I'd just be visualising, obviously, the perfect goal kicks, the perfect saves, you know, every scenario that I could think of, I would go that over and over in my head. Now, I wouldn't do that for the full coach trip. So what I might do, I might get on the coach, speak to the players, obviously have a bit of a laugh with the players as well, because it's important that you get the banter with your teammates as well, because the more that you have banter with the teammates and the team gels together, they actually perform better. So it's important that you get that interaction with obviously your teammates. But then I just say to them, and what you'll find anyway, but then I'd be like, guys, I'm just going to take 30 minutes or I'm going to take an hour. So I wouldn't do it for the full journey, because obviously you can, because it actually burns up energy, Samuel, by thinking, and sometimes you can actually overthink as well. So again, I'd mix it up between talking with the guys and then literally going into your own world. Now with technology now as well, you can actually get like motivational talks, but you can get like motivational sort of like lyrics, you know, obviously. But another thing you could do as well, and this is going to sound strange what I'm going to say here, guys, okay, so bear with me, don't switch me off. Another thing I'd be saying as well is I'd actually record my own voice, Samuel. So I'll be saying things along the lines as like, I'm the best goalkeeper in the league, I'm going to be keeping clean sheets, I'm going to intimidate all the centre forwards. So not only will I visualise, so I'll be like listening to motivational music, visualising the perfect game, but I'd actually record myself. It's called affirmations, and I'd record myself basically saying, I'm going to keep a clean sheet. I will not be intimidated by any centre forward. I don't care what the weather conditions are like. My handling is going to be like glue, and I'd be listening to that. So I'd mix it up between talking to my teammates, listening to motivational music and visualization, and listening to your own affirmations. And last but not least, keep yourself hydrated as well while you're on the coach. Just like, even if you have a bottle of water, just keep sipping that bottle of water. Keep yourself hydrated, because that is beyond important, to keep yourself hydrated as well. And making sure that you eat the right foods, because again, obviously when I played professionally, the management made sure that we never ate a load of crap. When I used to play like semi-professional or non-league, the coach would stop off, and the players would go and get themselves like a cheese and onion or ham and pickle sandwich or something like that. So try and stay away from that type of food. Try and stay away from that type of food full stop, because that's not good for you, that type of food. But especially before the game, because obviously you want food inside you that's going to give you energy. So hope that makes sense. I know I've waffled on, I've gone in different tangents there. Hopefully that helps, Samuel. And again, if there's anything else, fire away.
No, that's great, Ray. Thank you very much.
No worries. And guys, this is for all of you as well, because it's a great question, Samuel. It's like, you've got to believe, seriously, you've got to believe that you're the best goalkeeper in your league right now. Because a lot of goalkeepers will think, right, well, when I'm good enough, I think I'm the best. I'll believe I'm the best goalkeeper, when I'm good enough. But for Ronaldo and Messi, for example, when do you think that they thought they were the best players in the world? If you can type, actually, I don't know if you can type in the chat box. Let's see if I can get the chat box up. Sorry, I forgot I do apologise, guys. I forgot I had the chat box. So here's a question for you. Put it in the chat box. So when did you think Messi and the likes of Ronaldo believed that they were the best? Okay, so I won't shout the answers yet, because I'll give everyone a chance to answer. So we've got Phil's answer. Thanks, Phil. Harry, Graham, Edward. Brilliant. I'll give you 20 more seconds, guys, to answer, because this is very, very important, this, guys. I promise you, doing this one thing will give you the edge on your competition. And again, a lot of the stuff that I teach in school about the mindset, guys, I promise you that it will put you in 1% of the goalkeepers, because 99% of goalkeepers will not develop their mindset, even though that they know it's important. But sadly, most goalkeepers will be too lazy to do it, which gives you guys the advantage. So, Phil, obviously the question was, You know, when did likes of Messi and Ronaldo think they were like the GOATs, the greatest of all time? Okay, yeah. Phil says from the beginning. Harry Watson says whenever they had a game. Brilliant. Graham Wilcott said since they were kids. Brilliant, Graham. Edward Thomas, all the time. Brilliant, Eduardo. Well done. Tom Holman, when they were kids. Brilliant. Tristan said always. Samuel, whenever they grew, the right mentality, quality. Jerry, since they were young. Brilliant. Luca, always. Emily, brilliant Emily, since they started the sport. Ryder, when they were young. Fantastic, guys. So what you got to start doing now, and again, I never knew this, guys. Even when I played professional, I never knew this. It took me years to learn this, because when I started coaching my students in Just for Keepers, I realised that I had to help my students become mentally strong. So I started getting educated, and I started writing books on this 20 years ago. So I didn't know this as a professional goalkeeper, believe it or not. So the best thing that you can do for yourselves, I promise you guys, and it will give you the edge. Start believing right now that you're the best goalkeeper in your school, in your league, for your age, in your city, in your county, in your country. And what will happen then is, if you start thinking like that, your mindset is really a wonderful thing. Your mindset will start putting you into situations where you'll start improving and improving and improving. Don't make the mistake to thinking, well, when I'm good enough, I can then say I'm good enough. You're good enough now. So let's have a thumbs up, guys, if that makes sense, because I promise you that will give you the edge on your competition. Fantastic, guys. Brilliant. Oh, loads of thumbs there, guys. Appreciate that. Right, okay. So who's the next one? The next guy? Sorry, guys. I've lost something here. One sec. I think the next guy to chat was Tristan. So Tristan, if you want to fire away.
Situation, I get too scared to come.
Sorry, Tristan, my Wi-Fi is really bad. Can you please say that again? Sorry, please, matey. I do apologise.
Sometimes when I'm in a 1v1 situation,
Yeah.
I'm too scared to come out and save the ball.
Okay, an amazing question. So, what you got to remember, guys, when it's a one-on-one situation, okay, yeah, the centre forward is under more pressure than the goalkeepers to score, because it's a one-on-one situation. So it's your chance to be a hero, Tristan. So again, this is where the more you understand the mindset, the more it'll give you the edge on your competitors when you're playing against your opponents, etc. So what happens is when it's a one-on-one situation, you think, oh my goodness me, it's a one-on-one. And again, I've been there 1,000 times, Tristan, and probably every goalkeeper thinks like this. Let's have a hands up if you think like this, guys. When it's a one-on-one situation, you think, oh my goodness me, it's a one-on-one situation. I've got to save the ball. So again, this is where when you understand the mindset, guys, it can help you unbelievably. So instead, Tristan, what you need to do, and everybody should be doing this, and it's the same with the penalty. When it's a penalty, as a goalkeeper, you should never, whenever I faced a penalty as a goalkeeper, I was like, yes, this is my chance to be a hero, because I was not expected to save the penalty. No goalkeeper is. So the pressure is on the penalty taker. And it's the same for a one-to-one, Tristan. You know, the pressure is on the centre forward because they're expected to score. So the first thing you need to do, Tristan, is say to yourself, when it's a one-to-one, you go, fantastic, the pressure's on the centre forward. It's my chance to be a hero. Does that make sense, Tristan?
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. So that's the first thing I want to explain. So straight away, that puts you mentally in the right place. You think, okay, the pressure's not on me. It's my chance to be a hero. And one-on-ones is something that, again, every technique, what I would advise you to do, Tristan, ask your coach or your manager, can you practice one-to-ones? Anything that you're scared of doing, guys, anything that you're underconfident in doing, I promise you, by consistently training with it, even if it's only doing like 5 or 10 minutes, 1 or 2 times a week, if you can do it more, even better. So the second thing I would advise you to do, Tristan, is actually say to your coach or manager, or if you've got a goalkeeping coach, look, I'm a bit underconfident with the one-to-ones, at the end of the session, can I just please do 5 minutes? And if you do that for like 1 month, guys, if you do anything for 1 month, I'll guarantee you'll see a difference. So if that's something that you can do, Tristan, you know, with your coach or your manager, or maybe you can do it with your friends on a local field, or maybe, you know, a parent can do it for you, or a big brother or a big sister. The more you practice one-to-ones, it will give you the confidence. Hope that helps. Does that make sense? Sorry guys, I think I've lost the Wi-Fi again. I'll have to make sure that I update my Wi-Fi before I do this again. It's been, so I think hopefully, okay, I've got a thumbs up from Tristan. Thank you, young man. Phil, yes, Phil's got his hands up. Fire away, please, Phil. Guys, if you've got any questions, if you want to ask a question, by the way, at the bottom of the video, there's an opportunity to press a button where you can actually raise your hand, and I know that you want to ask a question. So, yeah, so it's at the bottom. Just click to raise your hands, and then I'll obviously give you the floor to chat. Okay, Phil, over to you.
Yeah, right. It's a bit of a follow-on to Sam's. One of the questions, ever since I started, obviously, on the forum with yourself, and I've been taking it into training, I've been saying about the mental side and mental preparation, visualization. It was something I did before anyway, was visualization. It actually comes from my motorsport, visualizing where I'm going to go on the rally stage, where I'm going to place the car, etc.
Wow.
So I knew that side of it. I keep getting asked the question, though, when should I start doing that? Now, I think it's different for each individual, but is there a time that you would say if you start doing it then it's too early? I like to do it when first thing on a match day. I'll wake up, I'll have my breakfast. Whilst I'm having my breakfast, I'll think about that first save, that first shot that's coming in.
Yep.
Am I going to be able? I'd look out the window. What's the conditions? Is it going to be something where if it's a high shot, I'm going to parry it down, then I'm going to take it. If it's coming in, I'm going to take it, etc. But then I like to switch off from the game, and then I'll start my build up with the music I listen to in the car on the way to the match, etc. And when I get into the changing room, I will have 10 minutes on my own before I go out to start my warm-up.
Yep.
Is there an ideal time, you think, with the mental side, where we should switch on to the game?
Yeah, well, obviously, first of all, Phil, you said, like, everybody's different. So, for example, if you were, like, playing semi-professional or professional, you'd be literally visualising all the time, to be honest with you. Like, it's difficult to switch off, but obviously when you're getting paid and it's more or less full-time, or it is full-time, obviously you'd be doing it more or less, or you know, well, I'll guarantee every day, you know, but the moment you wake up, you'll be thinking about it over breakfast, and obviously you train all day, and then obviously of an evening time you'll be visualising again. And then obviously you've got a lot of the guys on here now, they're still in school, so obviously, you know, they've got school to worry about. And also as well, you get some goalkeepers who are like, you know, they just play in goal for the fun. So they're like, well, I'm not really bothered about visualising because I just play for the fun of things. But you get, you know, so it's all horses and courses. But what I would be doing, so I'm going to sort of give you the answer, Phil, like from a goalkeeper who, you know, just wants to be the best goalkeeper, whether it's professional, semi-professional, you know, or just be the best goalkeeper that they can be, you know, for their league, whether it's Sunday league, etc. So I think the most important time to visualise is obviously the day before the game. Without it, you know, so if you're playing on a Saturday morning, for example, I would definitely be visualising on a Friday evening. And then obviously on the way to the game, I'll be visualising as well. So that's like a bare minimum. The night before and the day travelling, but I think so. Obviously, for you know, not to go. If someone doesn't want to go crazy and visualize all the time, I think if you could just literally like give 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes each day, which is not a long time. So that could be in the morning. And again, it best suits the person because you get some people who are. More the mind works better of a morning time. So my wife and my daughters, there's no point trying to speak to them of a morning time because, as I say, you don't get anything out of them till about 9:30 when they actually wake up. Even though that they might have been walking around for 2 hours, they're still in that. So it's pointless. So they do things more of an evening time. So if you're a morning person, I'd visualise in the morning. If you're an evening person, I'd visualise in the evening time. But I would try and do it every day, and especially if it's something that you're struggling with. for example, like I'll use Emily, for example, she's struggling with a goal kicks. So I'll be like visualizing, you know, okay, kicking that perfect kick. So ideally, if you can visualize, you know, just for 5, maybe 10 minutes, doesn't have to be more than 10 minutes each day, morning or afternoons, or even at lunchtime, but definitely the night before the game and definitely while you're traveling to the game. Hope that makes sense. Cool, thanks Phil. So we've got Tristan's back on again. Tristan, fine. Guys, just to let you know, we've got 9 minutes left. So what I'll do is I'll answer Tristan and then Graham, and then I'll leave it with some points as well. So so if Tristan, did you want to ask another question? Yep, fire away, Tristan. Fire away. Okay, gone shy. Graham, did you want to ask another question? I seen your hand go up.
I just wanted to let you know that if you didn't know already, that the call was going to end in 9 minutes, which I didn't know if you knew that. So I was just going to say that, but then you just mentioned it right now, so.
I was one step ahead. Thanks anyway, Graham. Thank you very much, young man. Right, what we'll do then is I'll have one more question from Emily, and then I'll leave you with some tips, guys. Fire away, Emily.
It's another question about 1v1s.
Okay.
So I'm quite good at 1v1s, but sometimes I struggle knowing when to come out.
Okay.
Like, because there's times when you don't like actually need to like come out like fully.
Yes.
And like it's just knowing when to come out and timing it right.
Yes, definitely. So with one-to-ones, guys, obviously with any technique, goalkeeping techniques, you know, low dives, high dives, coming for crosses, obviously all needs practice. There's some techniques that need more practice than others with goalkeeping. So one of the techniques that is really hard to master, where you're on the edge, where you're in the goal and the ball gets hit over the defence, and the defence and all the attackers are running towards you, and you're like, do a come, do a stay, and it's a very difficult situation to master. So there's some techniques where you can only learn in a match situation, Emily, and one-to-ones is definitely one of those situations, because obviously it's not just about, like practicing top corner dives, for example. You can do that, no problem, dive top corner, you can recreate a top corner shot. But obviously trying to recreate one-to-ones, you know, is the centre forward 5 yards behind the ball, 10 yards behind the ball, 1 yard behind the ball? It's quite difficult. So again, but going back to what I was saying to Tristan, with the one-to-ones, that's something that if you can, you know, in training, if you can consistently try and, even if it's like for 5 minutes at the end of each training session, just say, hey coach, can I just have 1 or 2 of the players, can we just practice one-to-ones? And if you did that for like 5 minutes, you know, once or twice a week, I promise you, Emily, within 4 weeks, 6 weeks tops, you'll start to feel more confident. Hope that helps. Yep. So guys, what I'll do, because there's 6 minutes left, okay, grab your pen and paper, because I'm going to give you some tips now that will hopefully help you get 2025 off to a great start. So, so first of all, look, tip number 1 is enjoy the process. Okay, don't put any pressure on yourselves, okay, because we get enough pressure from our teammates, from our coaches, okay, from the mums and dads on the line who are shouting nonsense at us, who don't understand goalkeeping. So just enjoy the process. Try not to put any pressure on yourselves. I've helped thousands of goalkeepers, guys, and I've helped hundreds achieve their dreams. I've helped the last World Cup, the second choice goalkeeper for the Welsh national team. I actually personally coached for 6 or 7 years. But the goalkeepers that I've seen and helped to get professionally, they're the ones that enjoyed themselves. They never put much, when I say they never put pressure on themselves, they still work hard. They work harder than anybody else, but they refused to put pressure on themselves and they enjoyed it. They tried to have as much fun as possible. So try and do that in 2025. Have as much fun as possible, because goalkeeping is such an amazing position to play. The second one is really important, guys. Get in the right environment. Now, what I mean by that is obviously get educated as a goalkeeper. So that could be, buying books, or getting like the free downloads, obviously, that I give away. Go to a library maybe and get books there. Watch goalkeeping content on like YouTube. You got to make sure that you get the right goalkeeping coach, though, guys. That's the main thing. You got to listen to the right goalkeeping coach. Try and be in an environment. If you've got a goalkeeping coach, try and do group goalkeeping coaching, because what happens then is you're with fellow goalkeepers and you're all bouncing off each other, because you'll all be going through the same challenges. You're getting abuse from your teammates, the supporters watching. So if you're in an environment, guys, where you can bounce off other goalkeepers your age, or even slightly younger or slightly older, and everyone's saying, well, yeah, I had the same problem as you. This was said to me, this was said to me, yeah, this was said to me as well. You've got a group around you there, guys, that will help you. It's like a rising tide raises all ships. You'll all help each other. So really try and get in the right environment in 2025 by being around, obviously, like I say, a group of goalkeepers who can help you. Again, try and watch, obviously, some goalkeeping coaches on YouTube. At another time, I'll explain how to find the right goalkeeping coaches on YouTube, because like anything in life, guys, you get the good, the bad and the ugly. There's a lot of amazing goalkeeping YouTube channels on YouTube, and let's just say there's some goalkeeping YouTube channels who are getting hundreds of thousands of views, and they're teaching the wrong things, unfortunately, guys. Okay, yeah. So it's important that you get the right, the right advice. So as I say, so get in the right environment, guys. Super important. Third thing as well is play as much as you can. With goalkeeping, the more you play, guys, the better you will become. Okay, so try and play at least once a week if you can. And last but not least, and we've spoke about this already tonight, is get this mindset right. And don't worry if it doesn't happen overnight, okay? It's something it's an ongoing process. Guys, I still work on my mindset every single day. And it's a lot easier than you think. Everyone thinks, oh my God, it's super complicated to develop your mindset like a professional goalkeeper. I promise you guys, developing your mindset, it will be the easiest thing that you can do. It's actually easier than actually what you do physically as a goalkeeper. But again, obviously, I will help you with that over the weeks and months and years to come. So, and I promise you as well, if you work on your mindset, you will be in the 1% of goalkeepers your age. I don't care how old you are, 1% of goalkeepers in your age, because 99% of goalkeepers will not attempt to develop the mindset for many reasons. The main one is laziness, unfortunately. But that's good for you guys, because if you develop your mindset, as I say, guys, gradually, do it in a fun way, no pressure on yourself. And literally only takes 5-10 minutes a day, and I will when you see the free course that's going to go live hopefully next week, that will teach you how to visualize, guys. I'm going to do like a journal as well, so you can actually write down what you're going to be doing as well. So it's not just watching the videos, you'll be able to write everything down as well on a daily basis. So it's going to really help you, guys. So just focus on those things, guys. Enjoy the process, have fun, get in the right environment with other people, get the right advice, play as many times as you can, and just work on this mindset, because having the right mindset, guys, will help you in so many ways in life, not just goalkeeping. So guys, we've got 30 seconds to go, so it doesn't cut off. I'm just going to wish everyone all the best. Thank you for coming on. To have a thumbs up to make sure that hopefully you've all got something out of that, guys, before it goes off. It's going to go off any second, guys. So I just want to say let's have a fantastic 2025, guys. Okay, fantastic.
Cheers, Ray. See you later.
My pleasure, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Bye, everyone.
My pleasure, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Good questions. See you another time. Bye.
Thanks for your input,
Cheers.
Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry in USA, thank you for your input.